Life.net, where positive overcomes negative.
We are back with more Pep Talk. And next up is Geoffrey LeClung, a common sense and self-love advocate and the author of The Heart of the Matter, a workbook and guide to finding your way back to self-love. And today she shares why creating a better world starts with self-love. And so welcome, Geoffrey.
Thank you for having me, Sharky. I'm thrilled to be with you.
Well, I'm thrilled to get to talk to you about this because there's very few people out there who have actually found their way to self-love and need to find their way back. And so thank you for being with us today. And first of all, I really want you to kind of define self-love because I think a lot of people think it's selfish. And so can you define that term for us?
I think you said that very well. A lot of people confuse selfishness, which really is based on a belief in lack. So we're not talking about that at all. We're talking about love here, people.
Okay.
The way I define it is a knowing in your heart, and that's vital, Sharky. It's a knowing in your heart. It's just not a mental concept. It needs to be rooted in the heart. You need to feel it. You need to believe it. It's a knowing in your heart that your very being, maybe not your personality at times, but your core being is lovable, loving, and loved. Okay, what does that mean, lovable, loving, and loved? Lovable means you are worthy of love. The fact you're here, you're alive, you're breathing, you are worthy of love. You don't need to prove it. You don't need to go out and earn it. You are worthy of love. Therefore, you are lovable. Loving, that means there is a natural benevolence that resides in your heart that is ready to be uniquely expressed through you. So in other words, how you express your love, whether it's in relationships, career, creativity, whatever way, it is a perfect expression. You are good enough in your loving. And then the third component of self-love is loved. You are loved. You are valued. You have to know that you matter just the way you are, just how you move through the world. Again, you don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to look to get it from anybody else. It's called self-love for a reason. You need to believe these in your heart. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But I think a lot of people really do look for love outside of themselves. And it's hard for them to, conjure this up inside, because we're so used to looking outside of ourselves for everything, And so
every single thing, you're basically, from the moment you're born, you're basically told to look for everything outside of yourself, for your value, for your work. Did you get the A? Did you get the job? Did you get the, you did a great job today? First, did you feel it from yourself? Did you know you did the best you could and you feel good about it? Everything's about getting it from the outside, and that puts us on the hamster wheel. Talk about that hamster wheel constantly. You're constantly going out there to get that feeling that you're good enough or that you matter. The problem with that, Sharky, is somebody may give that to you for a moment, but it's not going to really satiate you because you're going to need to get another fix later.
Right.
It's almost like going to your pusher of the moment. Who's going to push me to feel valuable or that I'm worthy of love? And then once you're kind of, used to them, it's not going to work anymore. It's got to come from you. And it can, because I did it. So I'm not talking about something esoteric out in the skies. I did it. You can find your way back to it in your heart.
Okay. Well, before we find out how you did that, how is this lack of self-love manifesting in today's world? Do you think it's causing a lot of the problems we're seeing?
I would think it's one of the number one reasons for the blaming, the bullying, the lying, just the plain mean-spiritedness that's going on. Psychologists talked a long time about people who have feelings of self-worthlessness, lack of self-love or self-loathing. They tend to see other people as enemies. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. Our competition, right?
Mm-hmm. Competition, enemies, even benign acts. Somebody may do something very benign towards you, but you're going to interpret it. Okay, what do they want from me? Or are they trying to hurt me or harm me? Because you're walking around feeling so unvalued that you don't matter, so you're on the lookout for any proof of that. So we're walking around trying to have proof that we're not valued. So what are we finding? We're not finding that we're not valued. But when you move through the world with self-love and you know your value, you tend to treat people with value and tend to show them that they matter as well. So it's kind of that you mirror back to them your love by valuing them as well.
Right. I think a lot of times people that don't have self-love, a lot of times those are the people that are the hardest to be around, because, they just, they treat other people badly. And it's because, and yet people that, like you say, have this self-love usually treat other people better. And so, yeah, it really does start inside of us.
Oh, definitely. If you're compassionate with yourself, really compassionate, like for your mistakes or whatnot, you can forgive yourself easily, you're able to do that with other people. And the people who are walking, we all have different levels. I believe you're going to be expanding your sense of self-love till your last breath, because you can always grow in it. Always grow in compassion, empathy, appreciation, all of those wonderful aspects. But the people, like you said, walking around who are really lacking and hurting from it, tend to be the bullies.
That's right.
They really tend to be the bullies. And or the other side of the coin are the victims. You're always crying, everybody's hurting me, everybody's after me.
Right.
It's the same coin. It's the same fact, lack of self-love.
Okay.
So it does impact our world. So if you're afraid to do it because you think it's selfish, and you think the world needs more love, then you need to start with yourself anyway.
Exactly.
Because it does ripple out from the self.
Exactly. Well, give us a couple tools as to how we can find our way back to self-love. I know you have these in your book, but give us a couple.
Well, I would say, first of all, self-awareness.
Okay.
You've got to become aware that you're lacking and what area you're lacking in. So start paying attention to your thoughts, to your feelings, your negative inner dialogue that's going on. What is it saying? Is it very critical of you? Are you overcritical of yourself? Are you underappreciative of yourself? Start looking what area you're lacking. And so if you're underappreciative of yourself, begin to make that part of your goal, that you're going to write down things each day that you're appreciative about yourself. Perhaps you have a good sense of humor and make somebody laugh. Perhaps you're generous. You give some money to somebody on the street. Start writing these things down so you can shift out of that criticism into appreciation. That's one of the main things I would say. Become self-aware. Okay. And then you can decide what area you need to start to bolster.
Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit more about The Heart of the Matter, your book. I know it's a workbook and a guide. And so is this what makes your book unique?
Well, I think the thing is I've read so many books and I loved them all, and they were great concepts and they were very wonderful esoteric ideas, but they didn't change anything in my life, Sharky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, thanks, I love the ideas. I felt real good for a few minutes, but now I'm back to who I am. So I wanted to write a book that would actually change lives. And also, I want to be very clear, you're not going to change your life in 7 days or 21 days with a certain technique or meditation or exercise, people. Don't set yourself up for that. Change takes time and diligence. That's why I wanted to make a guide, so I can help people that can return to again and again for some more direction of where to look in their lives or their inner work, and how to look there, and then a workbook so you can write in it. And you can write to the answers to the questions in the book, and then literally a month later, you may have grown in your work. You go back and look at those answers, and you realize, oh, those are wrong. I know more now. So it's a good barometer on your progress, and I think it makes you focus. I want to change people's lives, not just give them a really pretty read, if that makes any sense.
Right. Something that's workable where they can see progress, right?
Right, and go back to it again and again, because they really are in charge of their growth. And the techniques and the meditations and the questions to help you think. The whole book connects your heart and your mind. It works with both, because you can't do one without the other.
Okay.
I really believe you can't sit there and do all this mind work if you're not changing your heart and healing your heart.
Right.
So it does both.
Right.
That way you can go back 4 months later and go, I need to go back to that chapter. There's some questions I need to go back and answer again. So literally, it's something you can carry with you over and over. Because work, you're going to do it in layers. So you're going to think you hit something, and then a year later you're like, I can go deeper on that. I want to expand in my love. And you can go right back to it. So hopefully that's what the book will do.
Okay, awesome. So we're just about out of time, Jeffrey. So where can we get your book?
Well, it's available, of course, at Amazon, Balboa Press, and all the good things. You can check my website, JoffreyMcClung.com. I know that's a kind of hard thing to spell, so it's also theheartofthematterbook.com will get you there. And you can, I have links on my website of all the different places you can buy the book. So it's available everywhere. It's available everywhere, people.
It's available everywhere, and if your bookstore doesn't have it, tell them to order it.
Exactly. And just to let everybody know, I want them to know that the truth of the matter is they are lovable, loving, and loved, and always have been, and always will be.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much, Joffrey.
Thank you, Sharky. Have a great day.
You too. We'll be back with more Pep Talk and Shark to Heart and what's new and good right after this.